Hey guys, Bruce here. Hope you're doing great. I am. Been working in the fish room today, having a blast. Hey, I want to do a special shout out to a young man by the name of Kyle. I used to work with a long time ago. He's working with my son currently. Found out he was watching my videos, and Kyle, hope you're doing well. Hey, just want to do this video and show you when I was installing my whole room air supply. In that video, I was talking about how to make your sponge filters quieter, and I had commented that a lot of people have made these videos, but I thought, yeah, what the heck, I'm going to be doing it to a lot of these, so I would do it too, and just so hopefully my explanation may be a little better than somebody's, maybe a little worse than somebody's, but I think you'll get the idea. So hope you liked the video, and thank you very much. We'll see you guys. All right, guys, so here we go. You are going to need your sponge filter. And again, take a look at all the parts of the sponge filter you have to make sure they're similar to this so it's going to work. You're going to need a knife for cutting. I'll show you why in a minute. A piece of air tubing, an air stone, and then something to do some cutting. You don't have to have scissors just like this, but you'll see why here in a minute. So take your air filter, and first things first, you're going to want to take it apart and get to the pieces that we actually need to modify in order to quiet this thing down. This is the weighted base. You can set that all aside and go ahead and get the guts out of this thing. And most of these are going to look something like this, okay? And what you want to do is take this apart, and it consists of a cap, which you can set aside. And the parts you are actually going to modify are these two parts here. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut these spoked centers out of these. They come apart, they just snap apart here. All right, and you're going to cut those little spokes to remove that centerpiece. Again, this will make sense to you here in a minute. I'll show you why. So I'm using these. You don't need these. You can use some little side cutters or something, any kind of small scissors that will get in there. These are not extremely tough, but see how I cut that? So all you want to do is you just want to cut that so you can get the center of this out. As always, be careful. Don't cut yourself. Don't cut anything other than those spokes. And when you're done, you're going to end up with a piece that looks just like that. And there you go. The center is cut out. Now set this piece aside. You're going to need it in a little bit. But go ahead and take the other piece and do the same thing. Go in and cut the spokes out of this. Again, carefully. Doesn't have to be real precise. You just need to be able to fit the air stone through there. So there you go. Now you end up with another of these. Now, what you want to do is you want to take, well, go ahead and you can get these back together, because here's the general idea. You're going to put the air stone on your little air line, and it's going to go through this setup, and now you're going to have small diffused air bubbles going down into your air stone and rising up through the riser, and those bubbles, being small because of the air stone, are going to be much quieter. Okay, and this is eventually how this is going to go, but the thing is you can't do this because you have to have something to attach to the bottom of this cap. All right, so what you want to do, this is the piece you cut out that originally hooks in there. Okay, so now you just need to cut a piece of that off so that you can attach your air line to that. And this is what I found worked. And you're going to want to play with this, but don't cut it too short. But you're going to want to take about a half an inch, maybe just a hair more. And again, this is pretty soft stuff, so you can clip this in half with a razor knife like this pretty easily. And there you go. That's what you end up is this little tiny piece. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and assemble everything. And we're going to take our airline and we're going to put this onto here. And because I'm trying to do this on a recording, it's going to be very difficult. So let me get it on there, and then come back and show you. All right. So this is what you're going to end up with. Don't have to have the airline on that piece very far, just enough that it's snug. And again, you're going to fit this back through and just do a trial fit. So what you want is you want the air stone to be able to pass through there. Now you're going to plug the plastic piece you just cut onto the bottom side of the cap, so that here's what you end up with. Then just take a measurement, and you want to make sure that the airline is not too long. If it is, go ahead and snip a little bit off, because you want the air stone to just barely touch the bottom of that that long tube there. You don't want it too long, or else it'll crimp and crimp up your airline, and then your bubbles won't work. So there you go. Snap it back together. There's what you have. You can see where my air stone comes out the bottom. Real simple. Put this bad boy back together. Pop your cap on back onto the bottom, your weighted base that is, and put your riser up on the top. And there you go. Go plug it back into your fish tank, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Everything is going to be nice and quiet, much smaller bubbles. All right, guys. So I hope you liked that video. When you put everything back together, I promise you those bubbles are going to be smaller coming out of there. It's going to be nice and quiet, and you're going to appreciate that. Obviously, it's going to be really nice if you have a lot of fish tanks going. So any questions, as always, feel free to ask. And thanks so much for your time. Take care.